students, so in this segment we are going to discuss the topic of cytoskeleton. Cyto means the cell, skeleton means the skeletal system, right? Like our body, for its support, for its maintenance, has its own skeletal system which has the bones. Cell has its own cytoskeleton which is required for its protection and movement, that is mobility also. So cytoskeletons is basically a network of filamentous structures which are made up of proteins, and the location of the cytoskeleton is cytoplasm, right? So cytoskeleton is network of filamentous, that means it is made up of thread-like filaments, fibrous structures, network of filamentous structures made up of proteins, location wise they are mainly located within the cytoplasm of cell. So location is cytoplasm of cell. The function includes mechanical support, movement, that is motility, and to provide the exact shape to the cell. So definition is network of filamentous structures which are present in the cytoplasm and they are made up of proteins. Which proteins, that we will discuss when we discuss the structure of cytoskeleton in detail. Location within the cytoplasm of the cell. Functions of cytoplasm includes to provide shape to the cell. It also provide or supports the motility and mechanical support, that is to provide the structural framework to the cell's cytoskeleton is must. Shape to the cell or shape of the cell that you can write. Now the cytoskeleton that we are going to discuss includes cilia and flagella are the two cytoskeletons that we are going to discuss in this segment. In this segment we are going to discuss about the internal structure of cilium and flagellum, because only one. In the next part we will discuss the differences or what similarities we can make, right? So internal structure of cilium and flagellum. So each cilium and flagellum is made up of two main parts, that is the protoplasmic sheath and the axial filament, the membrane and the inner core microtubular part. So it is made up of two parts. Both cilium and flagellum are made up of two main parts. Protoplasmic sheath. First is protoplasmic sheath, that is nothing but a plasma membrane or the extension of plasma membrane. So it is extension of PM, that is plasma membrane. And the second is axial filaments, or it is also called by the name exoneme. So exoneme or axial filaments. Talking more about these axial filaments are of two main types. There are total 9 axial filaments in the periphery of the cytoskeleton and 2 axial filaments are present in the center. So axial filaments, they are of two types, right? 9 axial filaments in the periphery and 2 axial filaments are in the center. Such an arrangement is called as 9+2 array or 9+2 arrangement. This arrangement is called as 9+2 array or 9+2 arrangement, right? Now talking about these 9 protofilaments or the axial filaments are arrayed in the periphery. They are made up of proteins. Basically the proteins are tubulin proteins, and within tubulin proteins it is alpha and beta tubulin. So 9 axial filaments, so 9 are arranged towards periphery, is made up of tubulin proteins. Tubulin proteins, and the two important tubulin proteins are A or B, that is alpha and beta tubulin proteins. One more thing that we have to remember regarding this 9 peripheral axial filaments or microtubules, they are present always in doublet form. They are present in doublet form, right? So if I have to draw these doublets, I will be drawing only one doublet. Doublet means one smaller part is there and one larger tubule is present, right? So let us say this is A tubule, or you can also write A subunit. A subunit is towards the internal side. Corresponding to A subunit or A tubule, B subunit, the smaller part, and the larger part of the B subunit is also attached, right? The size must be same, almost same. So this is A tubule or A subunit. This is B tubule or B subunit. A tubule is made up of 13 protofilaments. B tubule is made up of 10 protofilaments. So A tubule is made up of 13 protofilaments and B tubule is made up of 10 protofilaments. Now what are these protofilaments? Protofilaments are basically a kind of monomeric substances. They are also proteins only which make the entire microtubule, that is entire tubulin protein, entire guanine protein, entire Nixon protein, like that. So let us draw these 13 protofilaments in A and 10 protofilaments in the B. So 13 in the A. How they are arranged? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and 13 protofilaments in the A. 10 protofilaments are there in the B subunit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and this is the 10th protofilament, right? Now talking about the central protofilaments, that is, we said now 2 are arranged in the central and they are surrounded by a centrally located sheath, right? So 9 peripheral, 2 central axoneme or axial filaments. They are denoted as C1, C2. C1, C2, right? And these two are also connected by bridges. So both of them are connected via bridges, right? And surrounding these central axoneme there is a central sheath that protects these two central axoneme. So let us draw these central axonemes also. Let us say if this is the central axoneme C1 and this is C2. C1, C2 are connected through this bridges. Let us say this is C1 and this is C2. Now how to differentiate between C1 and C2, like which one is C1 and which one is C2? So wherever you find the projections on the surface of these axonemes, which are centrally axonemes, it is C1. So C1, C2. C1 has surface projections which are generally outwards. C2 has no projections and it is approximately 250 and angstrom in diameter. Their wall is made up of 13 protofilament. Wall is made up of 13 protofilaments, right? So this is C1, this is C2. Central axoneme 1, central axoneme 2. ये bridge, and surrounding this central axoneme 1 and central axoneme 2, there is a central sheath which protects the two central axonemes, right? Now what we have to do is we have to make the entire structure of this cytoskeleton, which comprises of 9 peripheral tubular structures, peripheral axoneme, and 2 which are located on the central site. Let us now discuss the structure of the cytoskeleton, that is the internal structure of cilium or flagellum, that is almost same. So what we said, there are 9 peripheral protofilaments and 2 central protofilaments or axial filaments which are located. So let us draw a big circle, complete big circle, right? Within this circle we have to draw the 9 axial filaments and 2 central filaments. First we will draw the central C1 and C2. Let us say this is the C1 and this is C2. C1 and C2. We can also label it as central microtubule. Central microtubule, right? These two C1, C2, that is central microtubules, are connected through a bridges and interconnection. Such structures, they are called as bridges or linkers, right? Now, surrounding this central microtubule, we know 2 sheath-like structures are present. These structures are basically called as central sheath. So this is central sheath. Now in the periphery we have to draw the 9 microtubules which are made up of tubulin proteins. So let us say this is the first inner, outer, and it is in the doublet form. So inner, outer. 1 inner, outer, inner, outer. 2, then inner, outer, inner, outer. 3, we can have 4th. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let us say this is the inner one, this is the outer one. Inner, outer, doublet. A, B. Inner one is A and outer one is B. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we have 7th microtubule. Then we have 8th microtubule. Then here we have the 9th microtubule. Right? So all these are peripheral microtubule, right? 9 peripheral microtubule, 2 centrally located microtubule. Such an arrangement is called as 9 plus 2 microtubule array or 9 plus 2 microtubule arrangement, which is the most common arrangement of cytoskeleton, that is microtubules. We will also see 9 plus 0 arrangement, but not now, afterwards. Now this is all the inner filaments are A, outer filaments are B. A, B, A, B, A, B, A, B. And we all know that A protofilament has 13 units and B is made up of 10 protofilaments, right? We have already discussed. A filament has this 13 regions or 13 protofilaments and B has 10 protofilaments. A part or B part, A tubule, B tubule, alpha, beta tubulin proteins are also present. Now, within peripheral microtubules, these 9 peripheral microtubules, the proteins which are present are tubulin proteins, alpha and beta tubulin. Central microtubules, that is C1 and C2, are made up of dynein protein, and this protein is very important in the structure. It is made up of dynein proteins. This dynein protein has its own role and tubulin has its own role, that we will also see. Now, how these structures are connected? Each A has 2 arms. We have seen A tubule, B tubule. A made up of 13 protofilaments, B made up of 10 protofilaments. These protofilaments I am not drawing because before also we have drawn. So each A has 2 arms. Each A has 2 arms. Inner arm and outer arm. Right? Inner as well as outer arms. So if I am drawing one arm, then each A has inner and one outer arm. A hook-like structure is present. Now each A is connected to the B in such a manner. Say for example, if this is the A, it is connected to this B, and this will go in the clockwise direction. So inner arm of A and B are connected in a radial manner and also in the clockwise manner. These connections are called as linkers, AB linkers. So this A connected to B, now this A is connected to this B, this A connected to B, 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 and A connected to B here also. These connections make a cartwheel-like structure. These connections are called as AB linkers. Why AB linker? Because this connection is made up of dense material and it is connecting the 9 peripheral microtubules. That's why the name is given linkers. It is linking the entire structure in, you can resemble this structure can be resembled as a structure of a cart wheel. Now one thing is remaining from each A microtubule. Remember what I am saying, from each A microtubule there arises a radial spoke which is connected to this central sheath. Right? So from each A, this central sheath is there. From each A, let me use some other color. I am using this black one. From each A, there arises a radial spoke. So total we have 9 protofilaments, 9 microtubules in the peripheral region. So total radial spokes will be always 9. So like this, but it is not touching. So all these are structures which are radial spokes. So these structures are called as radial spokes. Total how many radial spokes? 9 radial spokes. Why 9? Because there are 9 peripheral microtubules which are arranged in the structure of cilium or flagellum. Right? Now these radial spokes, which are 9 in number, they are connected to the central sheath. And central sheath is enclosing C1 and C2 central microtubules which are made up of 13 protofilaments. Right? Here A is made up of 13, B is made up of 10. Both in the central microtubules are made up of 13 protofilaments only. Now, as we said in the beginning of the lecture that cilium or flagellum main role is for locomotion, that is movement. Either the movement of the entire cell or the protoplasm, that is a fluid of the cell, or cytoplasmic streaming. Right? So how this movement takes place? First of all, this structure is resembling to the structure of cartwheel structure, right? And I told you central microtubules are made up of dynein proteins. These dynein proteins play a major role. Tubulin protein is mainly for structural framework. Dynein protein will provide energy for the movement of this cartwheel. Right? For example, the cartwheel, we are just resembling an analogy. We are resembling this structure of cilium or flagellum to a cartwheel. If this central sheath is moving, automatically this peripheral microtubules will also move. Right? So C1 and C2 central microtubules are made up of dynein proteins. Peripheral, that is 9 peripheral microtubules are made up of alpha and beta tubulin proteins. These linkers, where we have drawn the linkers, AB linkers are made up of Nexin proteins. So AB linkers are made up of Nexin proteins, right? Now let us come back to this dynein protein again. Why this dynein protein is important? This dynein protein possesses ATPase activity. This dynein protein has ATPase activity. When I am saying it has ATPase activity, that means it is involved in the breakdown of ATP to produce ADP and inorganic phosphate, and release of the ATP, release of the energy from the breakdown of ATP will be there. Energy released when ATP breaks down, and this energy is utilized in the movement of this cartwheel, that is the cilium or flagellum, right? So when cilium or flagellum will move, when this dynein protein gets activated, ATP is broken down to ADP and PI, and when dynein protein gets activated, when this AB linkers touches the complete central sheath. So when central part move, it allows the movement of all the 9 peripheral microtubule. Energy is required for the movement. Who is going to provide the energy? The ATP. Why? Because it is the involvement of the dynein protein. Why dynein protein? Because dynein protein is the major composition of the central sheath. As soon as this AB linkers touches the central sheath, dynein proteins get activated. Once dynein protein get activated, that means enzyme will also be activated. Which enzyme? ATPase. When ATPase enzyme get activated, ATP gets break down into ADP plus PI, energy is released. Energy, when it is released, it allows the movement of the central sheath. Central microtubule will move automatically.